Hi, kitchen kings and queens. I am Joe, the American Kitchen Cup, and today I'm going to make my homemade stovetop macaroni and cheese. And we're going to use the Farberware that I featured in my appliance uh, video museum where I introduced my Farberware collection. So I've taken, I'm going to show you, switch the camera and show you. So this is the 6-quart tall that I featured in the video. This is a unique pot. Usually the 6-quart is squat, but this is the tall one. So I filled it 3/4 of the way with water, and I added some sea salt that I got at Ollie's. As you'll see in my videos, I like to bargain shop, and that is a great place to find pantry items. So this is like a very fine Spanish sea salt, and it was only $1.99. I'm also going to use the Farberware colander when we're done. Okay, so we're going to take this pot here. You may hear some dogs in the background. I have my parents' dog and my dog, and they are very active. So we're putting the pot on the stove here. Okay. And we're just going to boil the water and boil the macaroni. And I am using macaroni. The macaroni I got is also a bargain. This is the house brand Simply Go of a store called Grocery Outlet, which is a great place. It's 99 cents for that bag, and it's imported Italian pasta, so pretty good deal. So we're gonna let this boil and then we'll continue. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to grate some cheese here. And I have a couple different cheeses I'm using. There's usually a mix that I do, but for this one, just using what I have. So this one is a really great creamy Italian blend. It's basically Asiago, Parmesan, just a lot of really good Italian flavors. It's not authentic or anything, so it's just kind of a good, sharp, tasty cheese. So we're gonna grate that. I'm probably gonna do half of this block, and I put these trays that I got, and I put some parchment down to protect the tray from the grater so it doesn't get scratched up. They're real nice stainless steel, heavy gauge stainless steel trays that I got at a thrift store, and they're great for barbecues, so you can kind of bring out the meat and serve on them, and they're just really kind of good all-purpose trays, and they look like cafeteria trays. Then I have some leftover of this Irish cheese from Kerrygold called Dubliner. And I also got all these at the grocery outlet, so that was a really great place to get bargains. So this is kind of, I would say, cheddar adjacent. It's not quite cheddar, but it's got a nice sharp flavor. So that one I'm gonna grate the whole thing. And usually I would do this in a food processor. I don't know why I'm doing it in a box grater, but I guess I just kind of want to get this done. It's my last task before I can relax and get ready for my guest and take a shower and get dressed. So I'm just kind of getting it done. Okay, so that one is about done. Okay, we're gonna release this cheese. And then I'm going to switch it around. Now that looks like a lot of cheese, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. But I really like cheese. And I really like mac and cheese with a lot of cheese. So it's going to be a cheesy one. Okay, so then we have this Plymouth Vermont cheddar that I'm gonna do. This is a wax covered cheddar, and I just kind of scored it so I could take off the wax, and that's kind of nice because then you can kind of portion control it. So just like the Italian blend, I'm gonna just use half of this. I'll keep the wax on the rest of it. So we have cheddar, sharp cheddar from Vermont white cheddar, sharp Vermont white cheddar. We have Irish Dubliner cheese, which is kind of a cheddar adjacent, I would say. It's not quite cheddar. It's got kind of a little bit of a, I don't really know how to describe it, like a little tang maybe. And then we have our cheddar blend. Okay, so there's our cheeses all ready, and I'm gonna wrap the rest of this cheddar. And that cheese blend is provolone, parmesan, and romano. I don't know how they mix all those cheeses, but the good people at Land O'Lakes do a good job. Okay, so we'll be back when our pasta is boiled, and we're almost done. This is actually a really easy recipe to get super creamy mac and cheese. Okay, so the water's boiling. I'm gonna put the pasta in. This elbow macaroni is going to cook for 8 minutes because we're going to cook it on the extra al dente part because we're going to add the milk and whatnot to make the mac and cheese. So we'll be back when we drain it and add the final ingredients. Okay, so the pasta has boiled. I'm going to pour it into the colander here. And there's some in the bottom here. And we're just gonna, actually I'm not gonna shake that off. Ooh, ow. I'm actually going to put it back in as much as water as I can. Okay. So that is that. Okay, I'm gonna turn back around here, and you could see the ingredients here. This is that tray I was talking about, and we're gonna pop in. Okay. I'm gonna pop in about a tablespoon or 2 of butter. Okay. And then I'm gonna stir that around. This utensil here, This is from a company called Richcraft. It's actually called Calder, is the name of the people that make it. But these, if you're looking for some great kitchen utensils, this company, they are really, really great. They make like a real, it's very heavy gauge. It's made in the US. It's actually made in LA. But it has this really unique flat edge, which allows you to, you know, kind of scoop the bottom of the pan. So it's really good. I mean, they make regular things too. We're also going to add in some, usually I add Dijon mustard, but I'm all out and I have this great British, ironic that we're making a Americana dish on 4th of July in Philadelphia, and we're using English mustard, but it's so cool. You know, the Brits are our allies and friends now. In fact, my neighbor is actually from England himself, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of sriracha. You could add in cayenne pepper, whatever you want to add in, whatever hot sauce you need, just a little, just to kind of tie things together. I'm gonna show you the inside of the pan too right now. So it's just kind of a little wet right now. So I'm going to add in the rest of the ingredients, and then we'll look back at what it is we're dealing with here. Okay, so you're also going to add a can of evaporated milk. And this is your trick. If you are like me and you really enjoy a creamy macaroni and cheese as opposed to like more of a dense baked mac and cheese, which I enjoy that too, but my favorite kind of mac and cheese is really this kind. I'm gonna add in some granulated garlic. This is my little trinity here. Some black pepper and some salt. Not a lot because the cheese has a lot of salt. We could always add more. But the pepper and the garlic, they are really essential. It is very hot here in Philadelphia. I don't know what it's like where you are, but we are having a hot 4th of July, which I'm okay with. So I'm a little sweaty, but that's okay. All right, so I added in the cheese, and I'm adding in, this is from the tray. So what I didn't show you guys is I put the cheese, because it's so hot out, I put that into the refrigerator. So I folded over the parchment paper. I am sorry, I'm at a loss for words here today. So I also turned back on the stove. This is called Stovetop mac and cheese for a reason, because the residual heat of the pasta will get you started, but to get this really done, you do have to kind of put back on the heat. And the cheese will clump up on your spoon. So you just want to kind of knock it off every once in a while. I'm going to clear this out of your way. And I'm gonna let that do its thing for a little bit, and then you'll see what it looks like. My mom made baked beans, so I have a hot tray here. So I am just gonna pour this mac and cheese into a container, put some aluminum on it, and put it right on the hot tray so that it stays nice and warm for the barbecue. Alright, so we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so here is our final product. Okay, you can see that the mac and cheese is nice and ooey and gooey. Just the way I like it. You may like the more baked mac and cheese, but this is my take. Okay, so here is the mac and cheese. I'll give you a little sneak peek of my mom's baked beans too. Maybe that's a recipe I'll do sometime. There you go. But yeah, so happy 4th of July, and thank you for joining me as I start my journey on this food video museum. Oh gosh, I don't even know what to say. All right, happy 4th from Philadelphia, the American Kitchen Cub, Joe. All right, see you later.